All right, welcome to week 5, new KNEW 12. We are going to do negative exponents one more time. I think we talked about, if my memory serves me correctly, we talked about the fact that you're not allowed to have negative exponents, but we didn't really do much with them in our exponent review. So we're going to bring it back up one more time. I don't know if you guys know the song, like, one more time, we're going to celebrate. I don't know. It's been like on my head and on repeat since typing that one more timeline. So if I just got that stuck in your head, I apologize. Yeah, if not, good. If it is, I apologize. But let's get started. You are not allowed to have negative exponents ever. It's a thing. So we will practice and you will not have any negative exponents and you will be better for it. All right. So simplifying without being able to use negative exponents. The first thing I want you to remember is that everything can be written as a fraction. So remembering that anything can be written as a fraction. And how do you do that? Well, you can put it over 1. So we can write 3 over 1. We can write a over 1. We can write 4 to the 3rd over 1. We can write 2 to the negative 7th over 1. So looking at number 1, then, we can write that over 1. Now, when we have a negative exponent, that negative exponent is not happy, okay? So negative exponents are not happy, okay? And we need to make them happy. So when you are not happy, all right, you are not happy with where you are in life, all right, you make decisions that, like say you're not happy in your job. What do? You change your job. You're not happy with your relationship, you change that. You find a new relationship. You're not happy with where you live, you change where you live. There are certain choices that you have in life that allow you to better your situation and to create a situation or a scenario where you are able to be happy. So in a very, very simplistic form, that's what we're going for with negative exponents, okay? So here, that term is not happy, and we know that because it has a negative exponent, and it is in the numerator. Since it is not happy in the numerator, okay, it is not happy with its job, we are, it wants to change it. So we allow that to happen by allowing it to drop down to the denominator. So when it drops down to the denominator, it becomes happy, okay? So the negative 10 becomes a positive 10. Nothing else changes. The 2 stays a 2. Now, the 1 was on the bottom and the denominator was really just a placeholder, okay? So it doesn't need to go anywhere or do anything. But now on top, there's, quote, nothing there. In math, we know that that's never a thing. When we have, quote, nothing there, that's really when we do have a placeholder. And anytime in math we have a placeholder, we really have a 1. It kind of looks like they've switched spots. They didn't switch spots per se. That's not the same one. It's a different placeholder, but it's a placeholder nonetheless. So now we have 1 over 2 to the 10th. All right, so number 2. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to put these together because this is one of our other exponent rules. which says that if we have the same base, we can add our exponents, right? So if we have 3 plus negative 5, what is that? 7 to the negative 2. Well, I can put that over 1 like I just talked about. Knowing that that is not happy, that's the problem. He's not happy. Where does he want to go? He wants to go to the denominator. Once he gets there, he is happy. But now I don't have anything on top. I need a placeholder, because if I just write that, like that, you circle that and like it doesn't look like it's on the bottom, right? You need to show that it's on the bottom. So the way we show it's on the bottom is we put that placeholder there to show that it's on the bottom, and that's our answer right there. 1 over 7 squared. All right, so now this one, like we were doing the thing where, you know, oh, we'd write 2, 2, 2, 2, 8 times, and well, I can't write negative 3s. I can't write it if it's negative. How do I, I can't write like unhappy 3s or unhappy 2s 3 times. That doesn't really work that well. Okay, so what I want to do is first I want to make everything happy as I can, especially when I have division in it, and then I can simplify. So I'm going to say, well, this guy's not happy. He's not happy on the bottom. He wants to come up and be on the top. So the 2 to the 8th, he's happy where he is, right? Because positive 8. Happy, happy, happy. All right, but the negative 3 is not happy. So he wants to come up with the 8. Now, do I need a placeholder on the bottom? No, you don't, but you can have one. Okay? I will never penalize you for having a placeholder on the bottom. And then these guys, if I have 8 2s on top, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I have 3 more, how many do I have altogether? 2 to the what? 11th? And that's my answer. Or just 2 to the 11th. All right, this next one. When I have an exponent to an exponent, piggybacking like that, it's multiplication. So that's really 4, excuse me, to the negative 2 times 3, which is 4 to the negative 6. Well, that's really over 1. This is unhappy. It goes to the bottom and becomes happy. I need a placeholder on top. And now that's my answer. All right, similarly, number 5. I multiply the exponents. I get 8 to the negative 15th. That's over 1. This is not happy. Wants to go to the bottom. I get 8 over 15th. Put the placeholder, and I'm done. All right, now for number 6, the 4 is happy on top. We leave him alone. That's got a 1 on it, by the way, because everything has an exponent, even if it's not there. If it's not there, we can put a 1. And the 4 to the negative 3rd is not happy. It wants to come up with the 4. So I can bring it up and put it right next to it. I can put a placeholder on the bottom. Now, if I have the same base, different exponents, and they're right next to each other like that, I'm adding the exponents because really I have a 4 and then I have 3 more 4s. How many 4s do I have altogether? I have 4 to the 4th over 1. And again, everything except the negative piece to this are the exponents rules that we've already been doing. So those I'm not going over. It's really just this negative piece that's the newer piece. All right, so this one, we're going to put it over 1. It's not happy. It wants to go to the denominator. It becomes happy, x to the 8th, but it needs a placeholder. Now, here's an interesting one. There's no parentheses around this, so that -3 is only with the y. This is different than this. If you have that, the -3 is attached to both. If you have that, -3 is just attached to the y. Okay, so since the -3 is just attached to the y, I'm going to make my fraction bar. I can put this over 1 because the x is going to stay put because the x is happy. The x has a little 1 on it, and the x is happy where it is. But now the y to the -3 wants to go down. And when it goes down, it becomes happy. All right, and we are done with this page. Let's go on to the next. All right, so now this x to the -7th is not happy on the bottom. It wants to come back up to the numerator. And when it does, it's happy where it is. Remember, you don't need the placeholder on the bottom, so you can have it or you don't need it. Either way, that's what it looks like. Same thing with number 10, d to the -3rd, not happy on the bottom. It wants to come up with the 5. Make sure when you bring it up, you leave the 5 there because the 5 was happy. The 5 does not want to switch spots. Okay. Number 11, both the R and the S are unhappy on the bottom in the denominators, so you want to bring both of them up. The 6 stays put because the 6 is happy. There's nothing negative about the 6. Whoops. Notice I'm writing all of these with the placeholder on the bottom or not. Both of them would be accepted. All right, number 12. Both of the denominator pieces are not happy on the bottom. Both of the numerator pieces are happy on the top. So I'm going to write this x to the 11th, x to the 3rd, y to the 10th, y to the 1st. Everything ends up on top. I can put a 1 on the bottom. Now, when I combine them, the x's, if I have 11 on top and then I add 3 more, I'm going to have x to the 14th. If I have 10 y's and then I have 1 more y, I have y to the 11th. That's going to be over 1. Now, I can write it that way, or I can write it x to the 14th, y to the 11th, with no placeholder on the bottom. All right, so now I'm going to write this over 1, and I'm going to circle the p to the -5th and the q to the -3rd because those are my 2 unhappy pieces that need to go down. Notice I did not circle the -7. -7 is not unhappy. In order to be unhappy, the exponent needs to be negative. -7 is not unhappy. Okay? I'm trying to think of a good metaphor for this, like, you know, what a negative sign in the front means. But ultimately, you need a negative exponent to be unhappy. So the -7 is happy on the top. The r to the 2nd is happy on the top. The p to the 5th needs to go down below. And the q to the 3rd needs to go down below. And you're all done. Now, number 14, I'm going to throw this over 1. I'm going to cross out the y to the 0 because if you remember, y to the 0, anything to the 0 goes to 1. I'm going to circle the x to the negative fourth only because that is unhappy. It needs to go to the bottom. The negative 3 does not. Negative 3 is okay where it's at. So the negative 3 stays on top. X to the fourth goes to the denominator, and I'm all done. Last two. What's happy, what's not? The x to the negative first on the top is unhappy. It needs to go to the bottom. The y to the negative second is unhappy on the bottom. It needs to come to the top. I'm going to write in what I don't need to move first. So I have an x on the bottom that doesn't need to move. I have a y on the top that doesn't need to move. So the x to the negative 1 that was on top needs to go to the bottom. So that's now on the bottom and it's happy. And I have a y to the second that was on bottom that needs to go to the top. Now I need to simplify. I have y and then y squared, which gives me y to the third. I have y and then y. So y to the third, or 3 of them. And on the bottom I have x and another x. So I really have x squared. And I'm all done. All right, for this one I have to remember that this negative 2 means that I'm giving it to everything, even that 4. So I have 4 to the negative second, x to the negative fourth, y to the negative 10th. Because really there's a 1 on that 4, and I'm multiplying the exponents by that negative 2. Now, it looks like everything is unhappy where it is because everything now has a negative exponent on it. So my final answer is going to be 4 to the second on the bottom, x to the fourth on the bottom, y to the 10th on the bottom, placeholder of 1. The only thing that might differ a little bit is you could have a 16 in the place of the 4 squared. Either one would be acceptable. All right, so just a little extra added exponent practice to go along with the exponent work that you've already been doing.